Hello, I'm Chloe Levins, an Integrity Ambassador with the BIU, and in this video, I'm going to be explaining the Athlete Biological Passport, or ABP, what it is and how it works. First of all, what is an ABP? It's a tool used in sports to reveal doping indirectly by tracking the physiological effects of prohibited substances and/or methods. First, a blood or urine sample is collected from an athlete. Then, instead of trying to find traces of the drug itself in the athlete's body, the ABP tracks changes in the athlete's body over time by monitoring certain biological parameters. The ABP checks things like blood values, for example, red blood cell levels, hormone levels, and other biological markers. The ABP has become an important anti-doping tool. This is because the effects of some substances and methods can be detected for longer via these biomarkers than the period in which they linger in the body. So how does the ABP work? Athletes' urine and blood samples are used to create a personal profile. There are three modules: the hematological profile, which collects information on markers of blood doping; the steroidal profile, collecting information on markers of steroid doping; and the endocrine module, collecting information on markers of growth hormone doping. With enough samples, a profile is created that is assessed as normal for the athlete. This helps predict what their values should look like in the future. If the data from a sample fall outside of the athlete's established reference range, this abnormality could indicate doping. Any abnormality triggers a warning, and a panel of up to 3 independent experts will review the case to determine whether there is likely a doping case or whether there are other plausible explanations for the abnormal score, such as altitude training. If the panel agrees that the only possible explanation is the use of a prohibited substance or method, the athlete can be sanctioned with an anti-doping rule violation, or ADRV. Importantly, it is not necessary for the athlete to have tested positive. You might be concerned that the volume of blood collected could affect your performance. However, for the blood passport, the amount of blood that is collected is relatively small, a maximum of 15 milliliters, which corresponds to about 1 tablespoon. This withdrawal will not have any effect on athletic performance. To summarize, the ABP is like a biological fingerprint that helps experts spot unusual patterns that suggest cheating, even if a doping substance itself isn't found. The ABP alone cannot replace traditional doping testing, but it's one more important way of helping to keep our sport clean.